All right, good afternoon. I guess I'm the last person standing between you and lunch, so I'm going to keep it short. Part of that, oh, okay. Then that's good. uh, so I'll keep it short. I talked about Monocle in my last talk. So let's get started. Monocle is a Linux Foundation data and AI project. We started it last year some time ago. We are in the sandbox stage. So what is Monocle? It's basically a last mile on top of OpenTelemetry, specifically built for GenAI and agents. It helps you build a signals, a telemetry from your agentic or AI applications, not tracing the core of the underlying frameworks or structure, but it's really to give you a logical picture of what your agent is doing so that you, for a human developer or a coding agent, can help find and fix that problem. We have the libraries in Python and TypeScript. And it's something that you can easily drop it into your application, and you generate the traces from it. So why Monocle? Primarily, it's built very specifically for GenAI. It has its own spec, like how the format should look like, built on top of OTel format. So the extra attributes and events that you generate for your GenAI application, that helps you understand how your agents or your AI apps are behaving. It needs very little code change. You can just drop in the library, TypeScript or Python, just add one line, or there's a wrapper that you can call even without making any change in your code to generate the traces. Those traces can be stored locally in the file. They can be sent to a cloud store like Blob Store or S3, or there are third-party solutions like Okahu, where I came from, where you can store those traces in their SaaS solution and do more analytics on that. There is a Visual Studio extension that helps you visualize those traces. It works with the main VS Code through the VS Code marketplace, or it works with the other VS Code clones like Cursor or Antigravity or Kiro through the OpenVSX registry. They're both free. You can just download it directly and use it. So this is a quick screenshot of how the IDE integration works. There's a JSON trace. And this is a visualization of that trace using the IDE extension. So it gives you a more, a better way of understanding what's going on in your agent code. The second part that Monocle brings in is the way to test your agent. There's a test framework that works on top of the telemetry. So you run your golden data set. You generate your trace, and you expect what that test behavior should be, and you can assert against that. So it lets you validate things like whether what contains and what output, what input was there in your turn, the number of tokens it used, the time it took, and you can also run evaluations on top of that using the third-party LLM as a judge to validate that. So it becomes a gate for you to take your code change from development to prod. It's, again, a framework that built very specifically for agentic workloads. I can show a very quick demo of that same NBA agent. So this is a better test example. It's running the test. There's a wrapper that to run your agent, you just tell which framework you're using and what input you're passing, and then it will automatically generate the telemetry out of it. And it allows you to run the assertions against that. Like in this case, I want to make sure that a get team standing tool was called by the NBA's code agent, and it took less than 1,000 tokens. And then I can run additional evaluations and make sure the sentiment of that came out as positive. So I should have a quick output. Yeah, so this gives you the summary of all the test assertion that it captured. So in this case, it took more than 1,000 tokens, so that's why my test failed, or my sentiment evaluation didn't work as expected. You can run this in your CI/CD pipeline. It collects a lot of metadata around your test environment, like your GitHub repository, your the CI/CD run tokens, run IDs. So you can capture your traces, analyze it, and find out what happened in a specific test runs, and bring those traces back in your development environment and further analyze your test failures. So what's next for Monocle? We want to continue to improve the coverage. The Microsoft Agentic framework recently came out with their GA version, so we want to cover that. The Anthropic Agentic SDK, and there are a lot more that are coming up regularly, so we want to keep up to date so the user community can benefit from Monocle. We want to work more closely for coding agents. So we want to build Monocle skills and make them available for other coding agents to help people generate test cases. We have started supporting tracing of the coding agent itself, so you can get a summary of what prompts you're giving to the coding agent, what it came out, and then you can collect those and make skills out of that for your own use. We want to add a lot more improvement in that testing framework to do more assertions. And we are quite behind on updating our specs, like most open source projects. So we do want to spend some time and keep that in check. So again, it's a community open source project. Any feedback and contributions are most welcome. Do check out the GitHub, give a star, join our Discord, and give us feedback. Thank you.